he shot at him.
Yes.
But he didn't hit him.
No, he didn't.
Oh my goodness. I am not going to show my face on camera. I just don't think that a lot of people understand black humor.
And he shot at him.
Yes.
But he didn't hit him.
No, he didn't.
So we're gonna have to keep filming this way. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to my channel. Please press the like button, subscribe, share, comment. I appreciate all of the comments. I appreciate all the dialogue. Thank you everybody for responding and commenting to other people's comments. Thank you everyone for your loyalty. I really appreciate it. Into this video, I want to talk about what happened. What exactly happened? Special shout out to Black Armor. Black Armor actually hit me up on the DM on Instagram and said, hey Sean, you need to check out this video. I guarantee you're gonna love it. And sure enough, he was. By the way, if you guys have Instagram, connect with me on The Firearms Trainer. That's my Instagram screen name, The Firearms Trainer. Once again, thank you, Black Armor. What happened in Philadelphia? Well, we learned that one of the security guard companies that we did a social media review on, they got involved in a shooting. Now, their guard is fine. Guard's fine. Suspect was not hit, as you can tell from the quick clip at the beginning of this video, but we need to talk about this. So about 10 months ago, actually 9 months ago, I uploaded a video and we discuss whether or not Philadelphia private security guards should be carrying rifles and shotguns. And I actually discussed, contrary to what a lot of people believe, I'm not anti-2A. I actually pushed for guards being able to carry rifles and shotguns as long as they are properly trained. And I also discussed that there's some really bad areas out there, especially in Philadelphia. There's some horrible areas out there. So we did discuss that issue about 9 months ago. About 4 or 5 days ago, I uploaded a brand new video and I criticize another Philadelphia-based security guard company for having armed security protecting a cheesesteak restaurant. We talked about whether or not this is a good idea, and I discussed that it's a horrible idea to have this particular company go out there and service this account. Reason being, number one is it's kind of confusing on what a Philadelphia state agent is. They dress just like police officers. Coming from somebody who's not from that area, I would think that they're law enforcement. I mean, their back patches say Philadelphia state agent. I later learned through the comments that this is something that's common in Philadelphia. I want to disagree with that state allowing them to have patches that identify themselves as state agents. But once again, I have to respect the rules and regulations in each different jurisdiction. I thought that it was a horrible idea for that company to have rifles and shotguns because they're not even shown on camera wearing a sling. True professionals who are trained, they will have a sling. All you have to do is immerse yourself in just 15 minutes into a basic rifle or shotgun course, combat shotgun or rifle course, without a sling, and then you'll realize, wait a minute, I need a sling in this. For that reason, I don't believe that these security guards are trained. Typically, I will refer to well-trained security or trained security as private security officers, but that's not the case. So I will refer to them as security guards. Some people might get offended. I'm sorry if I offended you, but since I started this channel, whenever I see unprofessional behavior or not professional behavior, I will refer to those on camera as security guards. I also talked about the Blackhawk Serpa holster that I saw. Again, that tells me that these people are not trained. That's not a holster that you carry for duty purposes in areas where there is a high volume of traffic. Matter of fact, I bought that holster. Sorry guys, my radio's going off. It's gotta work. I bought that holster, that Serpa holster, so I can show you that it's not designed for duty purposes. And I showed you the cons of having that holster, and I showed you the pros as well. It says clearly on the box something to the effect that that holster is designed for concealed carry purposes, not duty purposes, not exposed carry purposes. So I think, or I thought at the time, that it's a horrible idea to have that particular security agency service these accounts. Get some more training and go back. I will distinguish, though, that I think that there's two separate security entities. Now, both, it appears that they identify themselves as Pennsylvania State agents. You could clearly see on their patches that's who they identify themselves with. I think that it's two different companies. In the first video that I feature, and I'll leave links in the description boxes to this, but in the first video that the first company that I featured at the gas stations in Philadelphia, I think that's a separate company than the security company that was guarding the cheese steak restaurant. They look very similar, and we need to make that distinction, okay? Please make that distinction. Guys and gals, so now let's talk about the actual shooting, okay? The argument that I read in the comment section box below is those shotguns and those rifles serve as a deterrent. Well, it didn't serve as a deterrent because they end up having to shoot this person that was launching a rock at them. I mean, that person clearly most likely saw that this security guard had a long rifle and had a pistol on him. He's clearly armed, yet he decided to launch the rock. I think that the argument of those guns being a deterrent, I think that the argument is somewhat moot. I don't think that it's the gun that serves as a deterrent. I think it's the actual professional behind the gun. That person that's professionally trained. You can't just throw anybody out there throwing a long rifle and consider it intimidating, because these gang members out there, these people who cause problems, some of them are trained a little bit, and they know their rifle and pistol platforms. Matter of fact, there's gangs out there where you have somebody who has like armor-based knowledge, and these are the ones that have more knowledge than the other gang members. Okay, now
Bullet shell marked side by side as evidence.
the whole shooting incident, I believe, was completely justified. I mean, I don't have all the facts, but it looked like it justified. When somebody is going to launch a rock at you, that rock is considered a deadly weapon that can cause great bodily injury or death. You have every right to use lethal force in that circumstance. What really bothered me is you have an investigator, probably an experienced investigator, picking up that rock without any gloves. If I was a security officer that was just involved in the shooting, I'd be upset. Like, hey, you know what? This evidence can be used in my favor to show that the subject, the person that you guys have arrested, was the same person that grabbed the rock that launched it at me. I mean, you can get, if you have to really push the issue, you can get DNA off of it. If this incident is not, if they end up pressing charges, I don't see them do it. But if they do, I see the defense arguing for a DNA sample. Anyhow, when you touch these rocks or objects, you're contaminating the evidence. I just thought that was truly unprofessional. You know, I know that they handle shootings probably on a daily basis in the area, but come on, guys, at least on camera, just show that you're competent. So that pretty much irritated me. We see in another camera clip based on the media that this guard was taken to one of the presidents, and they took both of his guns, the rifle and the pistol. They took that as evidence. What really gets to me is this guard's uniform. What's on the front, and why is he wearing a black hoodie? I mean, from far, I wouldn't even know that this security officer is a security officer. And then he's wearing a black plate carrier with, look like some black plates. I'm sorry, black plate carrier with armored, with rifle rated plates on him. I mean, you could clearly tell, you could see that. But when you have black on black, meaning the carrier's black, and so is the black sweatshirt, it makes you wonder, is this person a security officer, or is this person one of these troublemakers out there that are about to do a drive-by and they throw on a rifle plate? So I really would like an answer. I don't see any, from the footage I've seen, I don't see any patches. It just goes to show you, or it goes to question the security company on their professionalism. Now, I want to talk about the whole rifle issue. There's a lot of people who don't know of my background, my training. Just as a reminder, I am a California BSIS instructor. BSIS stands for the Bureau of Security Investigative Services. I'm qualified to do the 2-day class. I'm qualified to requalify armed private security professionals in the state of California. When you have a rifle platform and a pistol, your rifle is your primary weapon. It's not your pistol. The reason why the rifle is your primary weapon is because you can get an upper advantage in distance. You have a lot of more power that comes, we'll talk in layman terms, so to speak. So you have a lot more power with that bullet. Okay, that bullet is coming out at higher velocities. With an AR-15, it could be coming out at 2,700 feet per second, depending on the load, up to maybe even 3,200 feet per second. Okay, shotgun slugs go out, project from the barrel significantly a lot slower. Okay, your rifle platform, shotgun platforms is a lot more accurate because you could stabilize the weapon a lot more. So your primary weapon in almost every circumstance is going to be your rifle or your shotgun. This guard decided to use the pistol instead. That's what I'm saying, you guys. Some of you aren't catching on. These people are not well trained. Because if you're well trained, you'll use your rifle. Now, I guess the argument would be, well, the security guard didn't want to kill this person. Well, then don't carry a gun. Don't carry a firearm, because when you carry that firearm, there's always a possibility. So I get that. But I don't understand why you go to an inferior weapon system when you have your primary. It just does not make sense. And then you have the one shot. Now, I'm told by attorneys who have investigated multiple officer-involved shootings that when you get an officer that fires just one shot, there could be some warning signs associated with that, because sometimes that one shot is a mistake. That's why there wasn't a second shot, because oops, oh damn, it went off. I didn't know it was going to go off, or I just wanted to scare that person. Okay, that's what you get. I totally see this training firm not trained. I mean, they went for their pistol. It doesn't make any sense. And then if the argument is, well, the rifle, the shotgun is only a deterrent, well, actually, I mean, that could be a deterrent, but having it on you could slow you down significantly. I mean, you're going to have to get your rifle out of the way, your shotgun out of the way to get to your pistol. And right there, that's time, guys. That's time that could be spent dealing with your handgun and being accurate with. Something else that's a little bit bothersome to me, at least this deserves extra attention, is the chief of this company. And I think the company is called Site Security or something like that, SITE. So something else that bothers me is you see the chief of security with this shotgun, and I'm not too familiar with this shotgun, but it looks like it's one of the 12 gauge variants that is sold by Smith & Wesson. Looks like it's one of those bullpup action shotguns. It looked like, and I think if you go back to the media interview, I think that chief had a 100-round magazine, and it looked like there were actually 50-round magazines. And then when you're done with one magazine, I think you flip it over, and then you can use the other 50 rounds. Therefore, that's where the 100-round magazine comes in. It's not a true 100-round magazine, but you can switch over pretty quickly. That 12 gauge shotgun's magazine is protruding way outside of the action of that shotgun. Way too much, guys and gals. I really don't think that they train on a normal basis. And I think based on the other video that I made, I don't know if they train every week or every Tuesday, every other week. I don't know what they're training in, but I don't believe that it's rifle or shotgun platforms. Because if this person finds a need to go to a prone position, you have this 100 round magazine, okay, that's just protruding too far. It's gonna change around the prone position. I mean, maybe a kneeling position, but it would just go down way too far. You wouldn't be able to plant your elbows on the ground. It would just be a totally awkward position to lay in the prone position. And I guess their argument would be, well, we don't intend on going prone. I could totally see that argument, which also doesn't make sense because you might need to go to a prone position depending on the evolution of that gunfight. I mean, you can easily go to the ground, and you have to be able to defend your ground from that position, even in a prone position. Again, I personally see an untrained security firm, and I question their use of having rifles and pistols at these types of posts. Maybe another security firm, but I am not impressed. I'm not impressed at all. I hope for the best for the security officer. I hope he has good representation. Unfortunately, I think he was taken to one of the police stations for an interview. And they took away his weapons, which is it's pretty customary for law enforcement to do that. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about this whole incident. I don't want to say I told you so. I absolutely don't. I don't think that would be a good thing if I even suggested that. I completely believe that this type of shooting was justified. It bothers me, though, that you have this chief walking around with a 100-round drum. I mean, how many... Look, in a gunfight, okay, in this area, the chief has to be responsible for every round that he fires, and much so his entire guard force. But you're throwing on 100 rounds of, I don't know, the slug, buck. Who knows what they put in there? Maybe they mix it up. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you have this guard that missed. Yeah, yes, we all missed in our shootings, in our shooting encounters. But you have a rifle. I mean, you should at least get a couple hits in. I know, guys, that not everybody has the same training. I'm just so concerned on where those rounds would go. So if our chief with the 100-round magazine gets into a gunfight, where are all those rounds going? I mean, he believes that he might need 100 rounds of slug, buckshot, whatnot, but there could be apartments nearby, bystanders, just innocent people, passing through, and you're accountable for each round. Okay, it just seems like overkill. Anyhow, these are my thoughts, and I'm looking forward to the dialogue. Take care, guys. Let me see your dialogue in the discussion box below. Comment box. Also, if I upload any, if I have any links, I'll provide that in the description box, and I will have many links for you guys so that you guys can watch these videos in its entirety. Take care.